When the season started, few outside the Rangers organization thought Texas would have one of the best starting rotations in baseball. While being the first staff in the majors with 5 10-game winners is surprising, no one could foresee that the staff's leading winner would be coming out of the 5th spot of the rotation. That's number 5 starter Alexi Ogando, going for his 12th win of the season tonight as the Rangers take on the Seattle Mariners next on Fox Sports Southwest. Rangers Ballpark in Arlington set to host Game 2 of this 3-game series between the American League West leading Rangers and the Seattle Mariners. Rangers winning Game 1 last night in 9-2 fashion, one of their easiest wins in recent memory. Welcome, Dave Barnett along with Tom Green. Back on April 5th, 2 young fireballers made their first major league starts opposite one another. And Tom, no one could have known at the time they would end their first half in the All-Star game. And, of course, we're talking about Ogando and Pineda.
No, that would be hard to predict unless you watch them pitch over and over, and then you'd pretty much know why. It's a great matchup tonight, the potential for an excellent pitcher's duel. Both of these young guys throw well into the mid-90s. They both have outstanding sliders. And I think the thing that's as impressive as anything about both of these guys, they throw strikes. Pineda's a rookie in his early 20s. He throws strikes. Ogando, his first year as a starter, has thrown a lot of quality strikes as well. So it could be a tough night for the hitters, at least a really good challenge for the hitters on both teams.
And as far as the Ranger hitters are concerned, a lot of them going extremely well. Mike Napoli, of course, at the very top of that list, as he is hitting lots of home runs. When he's not, he's taking walks, getting on base, really fueling this Ranger offense. We'll have the lineup for the first pitch, Game 2 of the series, coming up next. 1. Ford is the best in Texas. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99. By Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. And by Southwest Airlines. New Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats. And no blackout dates. Rangers taking the field in Game 2 of the 3-game series against the Seattle Mariners. And let's welcome down below Leslie McCaslin.
Hi, guys. Well, we remember when Josh Hamilton went on the DL back in April for sliding headfirst into home base. But we've seen him do that twice in the last week, including last night when he was tagged out at second trying to make a single a double. But Josh says it's important to be aggressive, and he's not worried about getting hurt.
Yeah, I say the same thing Elvis says. You know, he gets asked the same question. You know, hurt his wrist or whatever, and the next day he was sliding head first again. So it's just something you can't. In the moment, you just react like you always have. You know, throughout your whole baseball playing days. So there's nothing that I'm gonna stop doing.
No one wants to see Josh getting hurt, but that's the kind of mental toughness Ron Washington has been talking about and he wants to see from his team. Back to you, Dave.
Yes, Leslie, and as soon as he came back from the injury in April, he said that he's not going to stop playing baseball the way he's played it his entire life. If there is an aggressive play to be made, that's how he's going to play it. And we've seen it again in this homestand. Here's the Mariners starting lineup for Eric Wedge, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Ichiro leading off. Jack Wilson again at short, batting second. Dustin Ackley, the rookie second baseman, at third. And Mike Karp at first base, batting cleanup. Adam Kennedy is the DH. Miguel Olivo catching. Franklin Gutierrez in center. Rookie Trayvon Robinson is in left. And another youngster, Kyle Seager, batting ninth at third as Alexi Ogando tries to become the Rangers' first 12-game winner.
Alexi will be making his 22nd start. Excellent one-loss record. He's got an excellent ERA, 2.88. That's 7th in the league. Opponents hit 2.17 against him. That's the 6th best in the league. And after a little stretch of 3 less than stellar starts, especially for Alexi, last 6 starts have been really good. ERA right where it is right now, and he's 4-2 in those last 6 starts.
The ball and a strike to Ichiro, who went 1 for 4 last night. And grounded for Omar Quintanilla, who has shortstop tonight. It's Elvis Andrus takes the night off. Ranger outfield is Hamilton at left, Chavez in center, Cruz in right. The infield, Young at third, Quintanilla is at short, Kinsler at second, Moreland at first, Napoli behind the plate.
Yeah, right off the bat, Omar gets tested by a guy that gets down the line really quick. One of the reasons he gets to first base so quick is how quickly he gets out of the batter's box. His swing takes him toward first base. He almost gets a head start. And even on a routine play like that, you almost have to rush it a little quicker to take no chances that he'll beat it out.
Jack Wilson last night really had the only productive offensive night by a Mariner.
See how he leans toward first base as he swings the bat. And that approach works for him. And it definitely works for him when he hits the ball in the infield because of how many infield hits he gets.
2-1 to Wilson last night. 2 for 4. And a 2-run double in the third accounted for all their runs. He has hit Ranger pitching very well this year. And 3 balls and a strike. Our home plate umpire is Chad Fairchild. Crew chief at first base, Joe West. Sam Holbrook is at second, and Paul Schreiber is at third. And 3 balls and 2 strikes to Wilson. Mariners lost last night, dropped them 15 back of the Rangers. They are 2-9 against Texas, having already been swept twice, April 4th through the 6th here. And July 14th through 17th, 4-game sweep at Safeco coming out of the All-Star break. Last night unusual in that Seattle pitching allowed 9 runs, and it wasn't a close game. Almost half their games this year have been 1- or 2-run affairs. They don't get involved in very many blowouts. And that sharp ground ball keeps the Wilson at bat going.
They've got one of the better pitching staffs in the league. They've got the worst offense in the league. So they're very seldom will they blow somebody else out by scoring a lot of runs. And opposite that, very seldom does the other team do it because of how good their pitching is.
Oh, at first base, Joe West says he held up. 8th pitch of the at bat.
I don't know how he laid off of that pitch. About 6 straight fastballs. There's the answer. He didn't lay off it. That's a strike about 90% of the time. Not that time, though. And we've got the benefit of the slow motion stop action replay. Joe West doesn't have that. And it was close. One of those that could go either way. Usually they go to the pitcher.
So here is Dustin Ackley, the rookie second baseman. Second overall pick in the draft, just behind the Nationals' Steven Strasburg 2 years ago out of the University of North Carolina.
Well, Ackley has a chance to be a really good player. He's a good hitter. He's probably going to develop power, and he can run. So he's got the tools to be an excellent offensive player. The other thing that's very positive is he's a second baseman. And generally, you don't get that kind of offense out of a second baseman. That could make him a well above average player. Should make him a well above average player as time goes on. Then it's going to be up to the Mariners to add some offensive pieces to him. Right now, they just don't have it.
Base hit to right field. And Wilson heading to third base as Cruz bobbles. Probably would have made it anyway. And the Mariners, with 1 out here in the first, have first and third for Mike Carp, their cleanup hitter.
That's generally where a left-hand hitter likes the ball. Inside half of the plate and down. And that swing, pretty good illustration of what most left-hand hitters like.
So here's Carp batting .308. 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. Last night, 0 for 3 until a 2-out 9th inning double off of Darren O'Day. That stretched his career best hitting streak to 9 games, hitting .361 in the streak, dating back to the 30th of July. The Seattle team carrying at the moment 11 rookies. 13 rookies have seen action for them this year. 9 have made their major league debuts. And this roller fielded by Ogando. He gets the out at first base as Wilson comes home, and Carp has delivered the first run of the game. With RBI number 16, so 2 outs now. Ackley down at second base. And here's the DH, Adam Kennedy.
And I think the one thing that as a pitcher you say coming into a game against the Mariners at this stage of their development is the one thing you don't want to do is walk somebody. As a team, they don't hit well, so don't give them a chance to get a base runner with a walk, and that's exactly what happened with Wilson. Now the other side of it is it was a nice slider 3-2 that Wilson got the call on, but it could have gone either way. It could have been strike 3.
Yeah, even by Seattle standards this year, this lineup is a particularly weak one on paper, as Ogando gets the high strike there.
That's pretty much last in everything. As a team, they're hitting .228. Usually you look at a lineup, and if they've got a couple of guys in the lineup hitting .228, you go, oh boy, got a couple of weak links in that lineup. Their whole team hits .228.
That's an opposite field base hit. And here comes Hamilton throwing. Ackley scores. And the play at second base ends the inning. But not before Adam Kennedy singles home Dustin Ackley. And the Mariners come up with 2 runs on 2 hits, a walk. And Ian Kinsler and the Rangers coming to bat. Lineup has Kinsler, Andy Chavez batting second with Elvis giving the night off. Josh Hamilton batting third and left. Michael Young cleanup. Nelson Cruz hitting fifth. Napoli is catching and batting sixth. Another DH start for Torrealba. Mitch Moreland with his currently hot bat batting eighth, and Quintanilla is batting ninth. And tonight they draw 22-year-old Michael Pineda.
Well, Pineda's having an excellent season. He's got a winning record, which is not easy to do for Seattle. Solid ERA, only 97 hits in 130 innings. His opponent's batting average is fourth best in the league, 205. First 9 games went a little better than his last 12 games, although his last start was a solid start. That was against Tampa Bay. Only gave up 1 hit in that game in 6 1/3. But his 3 starts prior to that, he had an ERA of 10.96. 15 2/3 innings, gave up 19 runs in the 3 starts before his last start.
And he has had 9 days of rest since then. Roughly akin to the 12 days off that Alexi Ogando had, straddling the All-Star break. And a ball and 2 strikes to Kinsler. Ian last night 1 for 4, drove in a run on a fielder's choice and also drew a walk. And he rolls this one for the shortstop Wilson. Kinsler out number 1 in the Rangers first.
Pineda has a great fastball, mid-90s fastball, and a good slider. And I think the thing that's unusual for a kid this young, this big, this strong, who's gotten to the big leagues this quickly, is the command of his pitches that he has. He has solid control. Got to the big leagues really young with only 400 innings in the minor leagues. But he was 31 14 with a 2.5 ERA in the minor leagues, so he was ready. He proved it.
Strike 1 to Andy Chavez. Trying to get it going again. Last 7 games, Andy 2 for 22. And that one just outside a ball and a strike. Again, it is a planned day off for Elvis Andrus, who last night extended his hitting streak to 12 straight games. And that one rolls right off the table. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rangers come in having won 4 of their last 5. And up a game and a half over the Angels after leading by exactly a game 6 consecutive days before the win last night, on a night the Angels had off. And tonight they are opening a series at Yankee Stadium and trailing New York in the bottom of the 4th 1-0. We will obviously keep track of throughout the night. And the 1-2 pitch, pop foul. The home record is again the best in the American League after last night, 38-22. Right field, that sends Ichiro back. Looking up, gone. Andy Chavez with his 5th home run of the year.
He threw a pitch he could get the head of the bat out on, a slider. He was late on all the fastballs, which usually means you slow it down 10 miles an hour and he's going to be right on it. And that's exactly what happened. Pineda hung the slider, and Chavez connected and drove it almost into the Ranger bullpen. That's the proverbial hanging slider right there, right down center square. You throw it 95 miles an hour there, and that's not going to happen. But you hang a slider there, and it can.
.384 feet. Did the hat do the job? No. And he lost the hat in the process.
Lost part of his beer. Probably broke his wrist.
1-1 pitch deflected by Pineda, and no play at first base. Hamilton is safe.
We haven't seen a Ranger pitcher do that in a while, although C.J. Wilson had a little streak going of trying to block the ball back through the middle with your bare hand. Wasn't a hard hit ball. I'm sure Pineda is probably okay. As C.J. would tell you, that's just kind of a reaction by the pitcher who's trying to prevent a run. He's not in position to field the ball very well. You can see how his right leg crosses over his left leg. And even though that ball's hit right back at him, he couldn't use his glove. If he didn't hit it with his hand, it probably would have hit him. Such an advantage, being able to field your position. I noticed that with Kenny Rogers, one of the best fielding pitchers in the last 20 years, when they showed the highlights during his Hall of Fame induction. And you saw the position he was in after he followed through on his pitch. In perfect position, almost like an infielder. Perfect position to field the ball. And that's the first part of being an excellent fielder, is being in position in the first place.
If you were a batter against Kenny Rogers or Greg Maddux, people like that, you're really facing a 5-man infield.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He fielded it like a left-handed shortstop.
2 balls and no strikes here to Young. Michael, one of several Rangers with hitting streaks going, 8 straight, which encompassed, of course, his 2000th career hit here on the homestand. And he sends that one deep to center field. Gutierrez back off the top of the wall. Hamilton being waved around, and he will score easily, and it's 2-2.
Oh, how did that stay in the park? That must have hit right on top of the wall. Well, the Rangers didn't waste any time getting the 2 runs back. They did it a little bit different style with a long ball. A high fastball, and nobody likes the high fastball better than Michael Young. And it hit right on top of the wall. I'd say another 2 inches, and that is a home run.
There is your game of inches. What a great illustration. So Michael Young safe at second, safe and secure, New York Life. And a very early visit to the mound by the Seattle pitching coach Carl Willis concludes as Nelson Cruz steps up. Inning that began with a routine ground ball by Kinsler to short. Then the Chavez homer, his first since July 19th. The Hamilton infield hit. And the near home run RBI double by Michael Young. And here's Cruz.
And so far the game's going pretty much exactly like I predicted it would. Pitcher's duel.
You are uncanny.
Well, maybe the pitcher's duel will develop after the first inning.
Pretty good likelihood of that. But not so much here.
Not yet, though.
Well, Nelson Cruz last night came into the game 0 for 15 and ended it a triple away from a cycle. A homer, a single, a double. In that order, a walk. Scored 3 runs. Drove in 2. And with runners in scoring position, another opportunity here. 11 for his last 19. Coming through again and again. Fouls that one off the fist. Andres Blanco there, back on the disabled list with aggravation in his lower back. He says it is a different injury than the stress reaction in his lower back that previously had him on the DL, but it is related. He thinks it's a result of using his muscles differently because of the first injury. So he went on the DL today to make room for the return of Alexi Ogando, who went to the Dominican Republic on a paternity leave over the weekend. And saw in the birth of his new baby. Back in time tonight to oppose Michael Pineda. 2 young all-stars head to head, and still 0-2 to Cruz. Pineda trying to beat the Rangers for the first time this year. 0 for his first 2 chances. This will be his 22nd pitch of the first inning. And another chance. Pineda just in time to carpet first base. And there's the second out as Young reaches third, and Mike Napoli now will try and bring him home. And it is just hot bat after hot bat playing the Rangers these days.
And I'd love to see Mike pick up the run at third base. Michael missed a home run and another run by a matter of an inch or 2 to center field. That'll take a big 2-out hit right here by Mike to do that. Not a problem for him, though.
Just under 300 now.
And I think I like even better, just under 400 with on base percentage. That's a big number.
In fact, Mike has reached base 7 of his last 8 plate appearances.
See Pineda on that slider, instead of staying on top and making the ball break down and right to left, he dropped his elbow and it just kind of went sideways and spun up there.
And now behind him 2-0.
You can tell that the streak that he's in has earned the respect of the Mariners. Slider and a changeup. First base open. Probably going to try to avoid giving him a good pitch to hit. I don't blame him.
Because they know he will take a walk. Swings through that one. Last night 2 for 3, a walk, drove in 2. Sunday 1 for 1 with 2 walks. So the power and the eye. Excellent combination, and since the All-Star break, no one in either league has a higher batting average, on-base percentage, or slugging percentage. Triple crown of sorts. And it's 3-1.
Pineda's pitch count is even higher than Ogando's. Ogando got a break because Kennedy got the RBI single and then got thrown out trying to go to second on the throw. Good relay play, good throw to second, and it really helped Ogando get out of the inning and save him some pitches. Pineda's going to throw his 27th right now.
And he'll need another one as we check our Ford leaderboard. And we zero in on batting averages by the catchers. The Atlanta Braves, Brian McCann country for the most part, combining at 299. And then you got the Rangers with Torrealba, Napoli, and Teagarden at 289 as a group.
Pretty impressive. Get that kind of production out of your catcher.
And Torrealba on deck as the DH. As that one gets past Olivo, but what a carom right back to it.
Michael misses a home run by an inch, and then the wild pitch goes back to the screen and caroms off the hard part, the brick, instead of the soft part, and that cost the Rangers a run. When you throw a ball this wild, generally it's a run, but that ball hits something hard and bounces right straight back to Olivo. Fortunately, Michael noticed in time and was able to go back.
It was like when you're a kid throwing a tennis ball against the wall.
Yeah.
It comes right back for you to field it.
It makes it difficult in this part for the runner at third base, depending on how the ball goes back to the screen. If it goes back slowly, fine, it's not going to bounce back if the catcher gets a little piece of it. But if it goes back as hard as that one did, you don't know whether to go or not, which way the ball's going to carom.
So, still 2 outs, runners on the corners. And ball 1 to Yorvi Torrealba.
You make up your mind too soon and the ball bounces back to the catcher, you're an easy out.
Yorvi last night 3 for 5, scored and drove in a run, and he has a 7-game hitting streak entering tonight. At 10 of his last 11, hitting .465. He's doing a pretty good Mike Napoli impression. Good breaking ball there. Revit up to .280 now. That's the highest his batting average has been since May 2nd. The Rangers got great production last night out of these spots, 7 and 8. Couldn't lay off that one, 1 and 2. 7 and 8 hitters last night, Torrealba and Moreland, as they are again tonight, each with 3 hit nights. And those 2 spots, in fact, since the All-Star break, hitting an amazing .349. These guys would be cleanup hitters if they were in the Seattle lineup. Maybe most of the Ranger roster would be. Right field, Ichiro comes on at a sharp out number 3 for Torrealba, but the Rangers come right back and tie it up at 2. And Envy Chavez got it started with a 384-foot blast to right field. Young doubling in Hamilton off the top of the wall, and we're tied after 1.
right here. Sorry to use this line, but let's talk about the Texas Rangers Community Corner. And, Michael Young and his wife, Christina Barboza, they do big things, just tireless work in the community in Fort Worth. That's right. The two are hosting a fundraising event for the newly created Michael Young Family Foundation, the Celebrity Baseball Tournament, on Sunday, September 11th at 300 Bowling Lanes in Addison. Proceeds will benefit Wipeout Kids Cancer. Sponsorship opportunities and tickets are still available. Just call 310-525-3755. I'm hanging out here with the Spavi family. They're having a really good time. Antlers up. Come on, put the antlers up. Let's see. It's Chandler's 13th birthday. What'd you get for your birthday there, Chandler?
To come here and watch Rangers play.
You got in that?
Yeah.
You got a foam finger. You got to do better than that, Dad.
We'll get him something else before we leave, Rick.
All right, happy birthday to you. He's a big Ian Kinsler fan. Looking at Ian Kinsler to hit a home run tonight, guys.
All right, Rick.
Can't beat a trip to the ballpark for your birthday. Doesn't get any better than that.
That's plenty present enough.
That's a nice present.
0-2 pitch to Miguel Olivo. He had offered it a couple high. Lays off that one. We talked about this Mariner lineup tonight. 6 through 9 are all hitting under 220. Olivo, the best of that group, coming in at 219. He does have 14 homers, 48 runs batted in.
Olivo's walked 17 times and struck out 102 times.
And against Ogando, in fact, he's 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts.
Now, one thing he won't be able to do tonight that he's done pretty well, and that's pinch hit. He's 3 for 3 as a pinch hitter.
Left field. Hamilton racing, diving, can't quite get it. Looked like the wind knocked it down, and Olivo cruises into second with a leadoff double.
Yeah, he was fooled by the slider, and he just hit it right off the end of the bat. Just blooped it out there. He's got some power, so Josh is playing pretty deep. And if Josh can't get to it, nobody can. Just took the big swing and hit it right off the end of the bat. That's a shame.
All-out effort by Josh, but Olivo at second base for Franklin Gutierrez. And Gutierrez last night got up over the Mendoza line, going 2 for 3 after starting the night at 195. He's now at 202. Couple of hits, including a double in the first game of the series.
And so far, not the same command we've grown to expect after watching Alexi all season long.
$16 strikes against 11 balls. And that one is up the middle, and Kinsler is able to get to it. Throw to third, just in case Olivo overran the bag.
A couple of blasts, blooper off the end of the bat, and a little jam shot grounder right up the middle. Not much you can do about that. That's where the third base coach comes in handy right here. Olivo might be thinking maybe I'll score on this base hit, but you can see the third base coach right there, Jeff Datz, putting his hands up. Get back. Good thing he did, because he threw behind him.
And just by getting to the ball, keeping it from going on into center field. Keeping the runner at third. Here's Trayvon Robinson. And he takes a high strike. Robinson traded twice at the deadline. First from the Dodgers to the Red Sox. And then from the Red Sox to Seattle in the Eric Bedard trade. Made his major league debut last Friday. Mariners only kept him at AAA Tacoma for a total of 3 games. He had played 100 games at the Dodgers AAA affiliate, which is Albuquerque, and made the PCL All-Star team. And for not a very big package at all. He's listed at 5'10", 201 pounds, 26 home runs, 71 runs batted in with Albuquerque, almost a 300 average.
Well, you got first and third and nobody out. 1 and 2 count. A good time to go after the strikeout. Best pitch to strike him out with, probably a high fastball, a little bit out of the strike zone, or a good hard slider down and in. A couple of Cowboys having their hot dog. There's the slider, but it's too far down and in. That's so far Alexi's been missing with the slider. It's either been too far out of the strike zone to tempt the hitter, or up in the strike zone and place where they can get the bat on it.
Robinson extremely strikeout prone throughout his minor league career.
That's why if you give him a reason to swing at it, he probably will, but it's got to be closer to a strike than that.
We gave him the good numbers from Albuquerque this year, but he struck out 122 times in 100 games, about exactly a third of his at bats. And that one's not close enough to offer F, so it's 3-2.
Yeah, just, you know, he's got 19 strikes, 14 balls, not throwing enough strikes.
That wasn't a problem last time out Thursday in beating the Tigers 5-2. No walks in his 6th and 3rd innings. Not even close with ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the second. Mike Maddox is out for a chat as Kyle Seager, the number 9 hitter, steps up.
No, Lexi trying to find it. You know, he walked a .229 hitter Jack Wilson to start the first inning rally, and now he's walked Robinson hitting .167. He's strikeout prone. You make a good pitch, you got a great chance to strike him out, but it's pretty obvious that Lexi's not feeling it right now. Doesn't have a rhythm, and he's just not throwing strikes.
Fans, next time you want to catch a Rangers game but can't find your favorite seats through the Rangers, head to StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Texas Rangers, where you'll find a great selection of seats for every game. Well, our conversation on the mound is over, and here is Kyle Seager, 23-year-old, 3rd-round pick just 2 years ago, also out of North Carolina. He was taken 2 rounds after his Tar Heel teammate Dustin Ackley.
That's all he had to do to Robinson right there. Low at first strike.
Olivo at 3rd after his leadoff bloop double. Gutierrez infield hit at 2nd. Robinson at 1st after the 2nd walk issued by Alexi. But the fastball continues to be a hit or miss proposition. And now at 36 pitches, only 20 of them for strikes.
The last thing Ron wants to do is have to go to the long man and deplete the bullpen again tonight, right after it's just started to get back into pretty good shape. Yeah, you don't know exactly between starts whether going back on to the Dominican on paternity leave disrupts the schedule, leads to not having the same kind of command, same kind of rhythm that you would have had. Maybe, maybe not. Could happen anyway.
He did get in some throwing at the Rangers' San Pedro de Macorís facility in the Dominican. But really scuffling here the first 2 innings. Rangers got the 2 back that he allowed in the top of the 1st, and right away Mariners load the bases with nobody out. And a ground ball, could be 2, and it is.
They will definitely give up a run for 2 outs in that situation, no doubt about that.
So Olivo comes home, and the Mariners lead again at 3-2.
The assignment right here is stop it at 1 run. Get Ichiro, get out of the inning.
A nice job as the pivot man there by Omar Quintanilla. Not played all that much anywhere, shortstop or otherwise, in a Ranger uniform. So back to the top and Ichiro, who grounded out to Quintanilla to begin the game. The Mariners this year against the Rangers, coming into this game, had scored 1 or no runs in 93 of the 97 innings. And the other 4 innings were all 2-run innings. That's as big an inning as the Mariners have been able to muster in the first 11 games of this season series. Well, they got 2 in the first, hoping for more than that here in the second. But Young is there to retire Ichiro, grounds out again, and Ogando limits the damage to 1 run after loading the bases with nobody out. Experience for fans. You can log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Rangers games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with our game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect now available on foxsportssouthwest.com. And we'll probably hear from some of those who participate, answer a question or two as the night wears on. Here's Mitch Moreland, who takes ball 1 and now ball 2. Mitch last night, his 5th 3-hit game, 3 for 4, drove in 2, 1 on a bases loaded walk, which capped the Rangers' 3-run 5th inning. And 3 balls and no strikes. Mitch's hitting streak at 5 games, 7 for 17.
Eric Wedge has to be thinking, we've just had an offensive outburst. 3 runs in 2 innings, and my pitcher goes out and walks the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, they have already basically achieved their average offensive output per game, about 3.3 runs per game. So exactly the wrong way for Pineda to begin this inning. And here is Omar Quintanilla. This is game 6 for Omar in a Ranger uniform after coming up from Round Rock. And again, Andres Blanco earlier today placed on the 15-day disabled list with inflammation in his lower back. And Quintanilla takes the 5th consecutive ball served up here in the inning by Pineda. Quintanilla out of El Paso, former Texas Longhorn. And his hit as a Ranger, an RBI triple against the Twins. This is a good bunt. Pineda backs up to field it and guns to first to retire Quintanilla, but a successful sacrifice sends Moreland to second base.
Yep, very nicely done. If you want to make a training film on how to lay down a sacrifice bunt, there it is. Square around, be in great position to bunt, get the head of the bat out front, don't jab at it.
So the tying run at second base with one out for Ian Kinsler. He grounded to short in the first. Well, the Angels have tied the game at 1 at Yankee Stadium in the 6th inning. Both runs on home runs. Curtis Granderson in the first for the Yankees, and Bobby Abreu has just tied it up in the top half of the 6th. A.J. Burnett against Dan Herron. Just outside the Kinsler, ball and a strike. We talked about it last night again, getting on base, driving in runs, despite the fact that he's not getting a whole lot of base hits. Another roller for the shortstop Wilson. So Ian has done that twice. Moreland takes third, and he's there now with 2 outs for Endy Chavez. And a nice ovation as Endy steps up here after homering on a 1-2 pitch in the first. 5th home run, traveled 384 feet to right field. Seattle, one of Endy's former teams, and he is really giving it to them, facing them this year. Chavez now 5 for 9 with 2 RBIs in 4 games against Seattle pitching, and that one is in there for a base hit. Into left field it goes. Moreland scores, and it's 3-3.
Those are the hits. Those are big hits. You love those hits with 2 outs. Looks like Pineda might pitch out of it. He got him with it. Hit a home run on a hanging slider. There's a high fastball. Looking for a fastball out over the plate. Drives it with authority into left field. Both times the Mariners have scored, the Rangers have come right back to tie it.
And it's Moreland who led off the inning with the 4-pitch walk. He makes Pineda pay for that. So 3-3. 2 outs. Here's Hamilton. He reached on an infield hit and scored in the first. Each team 3 runs on 4 hits. And Pineda about to throw his 45th pitch. He spent 32 first inning pitches. The Rangers sent 7 men to the plate. Hamilton, the 5th Ranger that he faces here in the 2nd inning. And he has yet to strike out anyone. He is 2nd in the league in strikeouts per 9 innings. A little over 9. But Hamilton swinging through that one, and it's a ball and a strike. Chavez has stolen 6 bases this year. He's been thrown out 3 times. into the glove of a leaping Ackley.
First 2 innings end with line shots. One at second, one at right.
Rangers get a run here in the second. On 1 hit, they lead 1. After 2, it's 3-3. Where 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by AT&T, rethink possible. Dave Barnett, Tom Grieve in a 3-3 game into the 3rd inning, where Ogando faces the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Seattle lineup, beginning with Jack Wilson, who walked with 1 out in the first, scored the first of their 2 runs.
Here's a chance for Ogando to come out and have a nice quick 1-2-3 inning. Get back in the dugout, let the Ranger hitters go to work, but not going to work out that way.
Wilson with a leadoff single. Let's check in with Rick Renner.
Hey guys, hanging out with Benji Molina. We remember this guy from last year, a big part of that American League Championship team. He's got like a Super Bowl size ring, got it in a pregame ceremony. One of those rare guys who's got 2 rings. This is the one we're talking about, though, having fun with the guys tonight.
Oh, I'm having a lot of fun. I went into the clubhouse, say hi to everybody. I was making sure I said what I felt, about them. They have a very exciting club, and don't forget that, and all these things. We had a lot of great conversations in there.
What sticks out about that season and how it all came together? Because you came in halfway through, and you were the man behind the plate.
I think the playoff, man, the playoff. Everybody became one. Everybody became a team out there, pulling for each other and stuff. That's the way it should be, and we did it. That's what sticks out. And not only that, the personality of everybody out there on the team. They knew that what we needed to do to win, and they performed.
How about the fact they needed 2 guys to replace you this year with Torrealba and Napoli? What do you think about the way those guys are playing?
I think they're playing well. I think they're doing good. I don't know what they want out of them, obviously, but Torrealba's coming along. He's hitting very well. He's a very smart guy behind the plate, same as Napoli. And Napoli has the power, too. So I think those 2 guys, and they will be really, really good cover.
It was a lot of fun last year seeing you hit that cycle. My favorite highlight of the year was your triple, and you were running around those bases. People don't realize you're blazing speed, huh?
Yeah, that's what they're missing here. This gear, they're missing my speed. They're missing my stolen base number, and hit arounds and stuff. No, but the triple, it took too long, That's what I remember about it, because it took me for a while to get from home to third.
Well, you'll notice your biceps are going to get big carrying around that big ring. So good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys.
The great Benji Molina. And by the way, guys, he's not officially retired, so his services are available if anybody wants them.
All right. It is good to see Benji Molina here. Played a big role in the American League pennant last year. And that cycle he referred to at Fenway Park in Boston. We will relive piece by piece in a moment. 1-1 pitch to Ackley. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, Seattle's had 4 straight soft hits in a row. Kennedy stroked one into left. Olivo blooped one to left. Gutierrez had an infield hit. And Wilson sliced a little ground ball to right. One of the harder hit balls was the one Seager hit right at second base for the double play.
This will be pitch number 48 for Alexi. And it's 2-2.
A couple of birthday wishes. One to Dan Morgan. Happy birthday, Dan. And the other is to Mac Ronk. Mac is going to have his 90th birthday today. White Deer Landing on Lake Tawakoni. An avid fisherman and an avid Ranger fan. Happy birthday, Mac.
Runner going, pop up, which is going to be blown well back into the seats. So still full up to Ackley with Mike Carp on deck. Is that it? That's all you got?
Yep, that's it for tonight.
Not many greetings tonight.
Nope.
All right.
A couple birthdays is all. Made up for it the last couple of nights. Got all sorts of things to talk about.
Well, here it is a pitching matchup that so far is not living quite up to expectations. So Gondo on the 3-2 pitch gets a fair pop this time. Shallow center. Chavez has the first out. Let's relive now the Bengie Molina cycle last year at Fenway Park, July 16th. Right after the All-Star break, the single into second with that one. Grand slam, and then this capped it off the wall in center field. He would eventually get to third base. One of the most entertaining sights of the year, watching the Rangers in the dugout, urging him on to third.
You talk about having some luck when you do something like that. You have to have a little bit. The double went off the right fielder's glove. The triple went off the center fielder's glove. And the only place in that ballpark where that ball could have rolled to make that a triple is exactly where it rolled, right into the V out in right center field. That's about 420 feet away from home plate. Any other place it's probably a double, but because it kicked off the center fielder's glove and rolled away from him way out there 420 feet away, Bengie was able to get a triple.
Gondo continues to have a hard time pitching from ahead in the count at 30 strikes and 22 balls now.
He needs a double play grounder to get out of this inning. Try to battle through it.
Just off again, 2 balls and a strike.
Just not able so far tonight to throw it where he wants to. It's been a battle for him. Been a battle for Pineda too.
Yeah, and you see that neither has struck out a single batter yet. We're now into the third inning. Indication that both just aren't quite right so far. Both searching. Carp first time up, drove in a run on a grounder fielded by Ogando, who got the second out of the inning as Jack Wilson scored, and then Adam Kennedy singled home Dustin Ackley, and then became out number 3, trying to stretch it to second base. And another full count, 2 in a row here to Ackley and now Carp. 4 full counts on the night in just 2 1/3 innings. And as the runner goes, that is in there in left center field. Chavez firing it back in as Wilson makes third base. Mike Carp with the base hit. Now a career high 10-game hitting streak. And with 1 out, Mariners on the corners for Kennedy.
He just can't locate his fastball. That's what's hurting him in this game. And so 3-2, instead of a fastball, he throws a slider. It's right down the center of the plate. You know, you get a big league hitters aren't going to miss that pitch, let alone a guy who's in a 9-game hitting streak swinging the bat well. Alexi just struggling to throw a strike, and threw a strike for the sake of throwing a strike right there, but it was an easy pitch to hit. We're just not used to seeing Alexi struggle like this.
We were really not used to seeing Mike Maddox out twice in the first 3 innings. But they're just trying to nurse him through these early innings, hoping that he can get it locked in, but it hasn't happened yet.
Well, sometimes that's what happens with a good pitcher. You struggle, and then all of a sudden you find something. It clicks, you find your rhythm, and you zip right through 3 or 4 innings. To what Ron Washington's hoping for right here. Start for that might be a double play grounder. Still looking for one.
Well, the Angels have now put 4 on the board in the top of the 6th at Yankee Stadium. Yankees now batting in the bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Angels. And Herron has allowed only 3 base hits through the first 5 innings. And encouraging there after the Maddox visit that Ogando gets ahead in the count, 0-2.
Well, there's a lot of games during the course of a season where a pitcher doesn't have his best stuff, and then it's a battle to try to pitch, try to win, try to get deep into a ball game, figuring out a way to get the hitters out when you just know you don't have your best stuff. And that's where Alexi is right now, trying to find that, trying to battle through it.
Can't recall very many swings and misses either. Kennedy just getting a piece of that one. On Washington's bullpen is much better rested after needing only Lowe and O'Day last night for an inning apiece. And Scott Feldman is available. Actually said before the game that he could have pitched last night if needed. His blister on his thumb has been cleaned up, and he's good to go tonight if the Rangers need him.
Alexi, when he's been ahead in the count, just hasn't been able to make the pitch, whether it's with his fastball or with his slider. The sliders he's throwing to the left-hand hitters are too far down, too far in. They haven't been tempting enough.
Base hit, headed toward the corner. Wilson comes home as Cruz chases it down, and Carp being waved around. And he will score on to third base as Adam Kennedy. And the Mariners are back on top on a 2-run Adam Kennedy triple. It is 5-3.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of 200 to 240 hitters are getting some hits tonight on a night when Alexi just doesn't have his good stuff. He's trying to throw that ball up and out of the strike zone. And that just shows you how hard it is for him to throw the ball where he wants to. Trying to throw a ball up and out of the strike zone, he threw it right down the middle of the plate.
Jeff That's just kept that left arm helicoptering, and as Kennedy is checked by the trainer now at third base. He has driven in 3 runs tonight, a single in the first, the 2-run triple here. And there is now activity in the Ranger bullpen. Not surprising at all. It is Yoshinori Tateyama who begins to throw. As Kennedy says he's okay to stay in the game. Ogando needed 20 pitches in the 2-run first, 21 in the second, where he gave up a run on 2 hits. And has thrown 20, now 21. In the third with only 1 out to show for it.
That's one of the few sliders that has been effective. There haven't been many games like this. He had 1 game against the Yankees where he got knocked out in the second inning, 6 hits and 6 runs. He's been so consistent all season long that when you do bump into a game like this that all pitchers have, it's just so out of the ordinary.
First 2 outings against Seattle, they had gotten to him for all of 1 earned run in 12 innings. Infield in here. That one was unhittable high, 1-2. Levo led off the second with a double. And scored on the double play grounder off the bat of Kyle Seager. Very close that time to a call, strike 3. Chad Fairchild says outside, 2-2. But he got it right. This is a real outburst by this year's standards by the Seattle offense. And the Rangers' 4-game sweep last month, they scored a total of 2 runs. Shut out the first 2 of those 4. This one lifted high and deep to right field, and Cruz right in front of the wall gathers it in as Kennedy jogs home, and it's 6-3. Olivo with his 49th run batted in on the sac fly.
Another pitch. It's at the top of the strike zone, but right in the center of the strike zone.
Franklin Gutierrez reached on an infield hit his first trip.
I think if he doesn't get Gutierrez here, it's probably going to be his last batter.
He's about to hit 70 pitches, and yeah, there's not been a stretch yet where you can say, well, now it looks like he's starting to put it together.
No, not at all.
Well hit left center field. Chavez racing back, can't get to that one. Off the wall, Gutierrez with the double. And the Mariner third rolls on. 2 singles, a 2-run triple, a sac fly, a double. And Ron Washington has seen enough.
Yeah, it's just one of those nights is all you can say. One of the best pitchers in the American League, an all-star pitcher. Rangers wouldn't be where they are right now without Ogando. But tonight, he just didn't have it. He tried everything. It just never came together for him.
70 pitches, 2 2/3 innings, and Ogando leaves a 6-3 deficit for Yoshi Tateyama. American Give. When you give blood to Carter Blood Care in August, you'll automatically be registered for a chance to win a Fox Sports Southwest VIP experience here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Alexio Gando's night ending at 70 pitches. Only 42 were strikes, 2 2/3 innings so far. 6 runs, 8 hits. First time all year he did not record a strikeout. He walked 2, and he gives way here on the Verizon call to the bullpen to Yoshi Tateyama.
Well, see if Yoshi can come in. Entirely different look for the Seattle hitters. Go from a mid-90s guy with a hard slider to a sidearm mid-80s fastball, slow curveball, and a changeup. Maybe the change of pace will be something that they can't contend with. You just have the feeling that if Yosh can come in and the rest of the bullpen and keep it right here, the way the Ranger bats are swinging the bat, the way the Ranger hitters are swinging the bats, they'll get back into the game.
Yeah, and this will get the Rangers out of the inning. Yoshi needing only 2 pitches to retire Robinson. But the Mariners chase Ogando with 3 runs on 4 base hits. 1 man left, 6-3. Ballpark. They're available in upper home run porch for every game. All you can eat seats include unlimited grilled chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, nachos, peanuts, popcorn, and soft drinks served in the upper home run porch grill. Get your tickets today at TexasRangers.com or by calling 972 Rangers. Michael Pineda staked to a 6-3 lead. We'll face young Cruz and Napoli in the Ranger third.
Well, see if Pineda can stop the bleeding. Alexi couldn't do it in the top of the third. Pineda has shown no signs of being able to do it so far. See if he can this inning.
He's not particularly sharp at all. Second batter of the game, Chavez homered. Rangers got 2 in the first. Led off the second with a walk to Moreland. He scored. And an opposite field fly ball to Ichiro. Michael Young retired. He doubled in a run in the first.
It's not that easy to throw this many pitches in a short period of time when it's 100 degrees outside. One thing to spread it out 15 pitches at a time over a number of innings, but both pitchers have jammed a lot of pitches into a short period of time. That takes a lot out of you. And Pineda, you might be able to tell by the radar gun speeds. 96, 97 early. Not quite that right now. Slider's not quite as sharp. See if the Ranger bats can take advantage of that.
1-1 to Cruz. Grounded out to Pineda his first trip.
There's a good slider. When he's at the top of his game, there's his slider right there. Sharp, hard, and down. A lot of times today he's kind of dropped his elbow down and it's flattened out. But when he throws it like that, that's the one that's allowed him to have a 205 opponent's batting average.
Cruz reaches out to pop that one weakly. Third baseman Seager right on the line. Fair territory. And Pineda 1 out away from a shutdown third inning. Mike Napoli walked his first time up. First pitch temperature tonight was 105 degrees. Last night and tonight, the 15th and 16th times in the entire history of the Mariner franchise that they have played in triple digits. 6 of those 16s on their visits to Arlington.
Pineda's throwing really well now. Slider's better. Pop that fastball in there at 96.
Right in there with a breaking ball. Quickly 0-2. In case you're wondering, the hottest game ever played at Safeco Field, 93 degrees, 2004. And Napoli unable to check his swing, so Pineda right through the 4, 5, 6 spots. Young, Cruz, and Napoli in his first 1, 2, 3 inning. And by 30 minutes or less in theaters Friday. On to the 4th inning. It is 6-3 Seattle. We welcome Nolan Ryan. Nolan, what did you see from Alexio Gondo tonight that led to his struggle?
He wasn't sharp at all tonight, and his breaking ball wasn't. Didn't have a good rotation on it, didn't have good break on it, and he didn't control it very well. And they were pretty much sitting on his fastball, and it's just one of those nights he wasn't sharp at all.
Nolan, when a good pitcher is going through a night like that, and every good pitcher does, what are you trying to change your mechanics? What's going through your mind on the mound when you're struggling like that?
Well, it depends, but if you've lost the feel for a pitch like he did with his slider tonight, then you know what you have to try to do is just move your fastball around and try to get ahead in the count. And the thing I thought he might have gone to, but he didn't, would be his changeup. But I don't know that I saw him throw one tonight.
No, I don't remember either.
You know, it's the problem is when somebody's gone like he was, and their focus is totally different than baseball, and it breaks up their routine. You know, people have a tendency not to be sharp when they come back, mainly come straight off of being gone to going on the mound.
No, I remember we talked to you when he was 7-0, and we were talking about how, I mean, what upside was there. Clearly he's come back to earth a little bit, but you talked then about developing an off-speed pitch. Have you seen that development at all?
No, I haven't seen him use it much at all, and I don't think he really has a feel for it, and that's something that this winter I think he really needs to focus on and in spring training next year. I really think that the league, when his slider isn't on, the league looks for his fastball and they make him throw it over. And I think that they have made an adjustment, and he's going to have to adjust accordingly.
Nolan, when you look at the changes that the organization has made in the late inning bullpen department, you have to be pretty confident and pleased looking at the last 6 weeks of the season when you look at your late inning bullpen.
Well, I really am. I feel like that John Daniels and his group did a good job during the coming up on the trade deadline and filled the needs that we had. And obviously going into the late innings, we feel real good about where we are positioned now. What we need to do, though, obviously, is have our starting pitchers get us further into the game. And right now, they just haven't been sharp, and we haven't been very consistent in that area.
2-2 pitch to Ichiro into center field for Chavez, 2 outs.
Doesn't it seem, Nolan, like in any given week, the bullpen, the manager's either looking out, wondering how he's going to get the bullpen enough work, or he's looking out, wondering where he's going to find somebody to pitch?
It drives you nuts because the starting staff went on a roll and were pitching late into the game, and we're getting some complete game shutouts and stuff of that nature. And then all of a sudden we get the people in the late innings that we want, and we can't even get to them because our starters can't get us there. And Ron's trying to figure out how he can get a lead and get to the late guys. And so, it doesn't always line up the way you want it to.
Jack Wilson has walked, singled, and scored twice. And a base hit here into the gap, left center field. He will head for second. The throw by Hamilton is not quite in time. And Wilson in with a double.
Boy, they have absolutely hit balls tonight where we haven't been playing them. The ball down that Josh Doden couldn't get to, and the ball that was hitting the gap left center with Indy was playing in the right center. And so they're just hitting, getting some hits tonight, hitting balls where we aren't.
I guess that's the way it happens some nights. You have a team that is challenged to score runs, but on any given night anything can happen, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
As we say, that's the way baseball goes.
That's kind of a catchy little phrase, isn't it?
Funny how it sticks with you? Merle Haggard's got me singing that song in my head now.
You're not the only one, though.
Oh, I tell you.
Do you remember the song that Jerry Jeff Walker made for you?
Yeah, I do.
Did that have you singing that in your sleep too?
No reflection on Jerry, but it just didn't stick with me like Merle's has.
I don't guess we could get you to whistle a few bars of it.
No. It's funny. I ran into Jerry Jeff, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months ago on a Southwest Airlines flight. He was going to Amarillo, and so were I.
Is he still performing?
Yeah, he was going up there to do a party for somebody, a private concert.
Uh-huh.
Ackley waiting here for the 2-1 pitch. And 3 balls and a strike. Nolan, when the Rangers got Mike Napoli, did you have any idea that he would be the player that we've seen offensively and defensively to this point?
I think when we got him, that the reports that we heard that Socia wasn't real happy with his catching behind the plate and calling of games, and I knew what kind of power he had, but I'd seen him in the Texas League and saw him against us, but I really thought that he would strike out more, and I didn't think he'd hit for the average that he has. So he has been really a pleasant surprise to us. He's done a great job behind the plate, has called really good games, worked with our pitchers well, and I just shuddered to think where we'd be if it hadn't been having his bat in the lineup as we have.
He has done it every way possible with the bat.
He
with
has
the
been
mitt.
such a pleasant surprise and such a nice addition.
Strike one to Carp. Drove in a run on the ground out in the first, singled and scored in the third.
And the other thing he's done, he's filled in really nicely at first, and that has given us some flexibility. So it's been nice to have a guy that fits in well in two different positions.
0-2 to Carp. Yeah, there's really not much drop off at first defensively when Napoli's there, is it?
No, he really has done a good job. And, last year, to my knowledge, was the first time that he played first. And he was just kind of thrown in there as a need because of the Angels situation over there.
Yeah, the Morales injury. Pressed him into duty. Well, Nolan, we appreciate the visit. 6 more innings to get back in control of this game. But thanks for your time tonight.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll hold them here and start chipping away at them.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Okay, guys.
Well, this has become at least a 21 pitch inning for Tateyama as he tries to take care of Carp. And he does on a called strike 3. First strikeout of a Mariner batter all night. Keeps it 6-3. Rangers fourth. Let's check in again with Leslie McCaslin.
Well, we're really seeing how deep the lineup is and how dangerous it can be when it all comes together. Tonight, the top has accounted for 2 runs, and last night it was about the middle accounting for 6 hits, and the bottom of the lineup, particularly Yurvik Torrealba and Mitch Moreland, who each matched a career high with 3 hits apiece.
And we all tried, to do the job and find a way to get on base for the guy behind us. And then for me, talking about myself, being, in the bottom of the lineup, I'm not really looking for hit a home run. I just try more to get on base and let the guy behind me do the damage.
Torrealba was very honest. He also said earlier in the season he was really trying to hit it too hard, hit home runs, and impress people. Now he's relaxed, and I think you can probably say the same for a lot of the other people in the lineup. Back to you.
Yeah, no doubt. He grounds out here to Wilson, 0 for 2. Mitch Moreland now, who led off the second with a 4-pitch walk and came around to score on the RBI single by Chavez. 6-3, most runs ever allowed by Ogando here at the ballpark, and ties the most he has ever allowed with his 1 2/3 on June 14th at New York. Game that the Rangers lost 12-4. Plenty of time here though to chip away against Pineda. But he has strung together 5 straight outs and retired 7 of the last 8 he has faced.
Yeah, the Rangers had him on the ropes in the first inning. They still had a couple of men on base when Torrealba hit a line drive right at Ichiro. And then in the second inning, the last out, Josh hit a line shot right at the second baseman. Ackley jumped and made a nice play. Since that time, a lot of quick outs, kind of turned it around. Slider's been better, fastball location's been better.
Mitch Moreland continues to take walks, and for a long stretch, that was a rare sight. But in his 5-game hitting streak, he's walked 4 times. Last night, bases loaded walk. And his walk tonight turned into a run. So I got to feel some Scott Coolbaugh influence in there, because he has coached Mitch through a couple of slumps, and he's come out of this one very nicely. 7 for 17 in his 5-game hitting streak. Yankees have picked up a run, bottom of the 7th, and are still batting, now trailing the Angels 4-2. Angels bring on Fernando Rodney now to replace their starter Dan Herron. And a roller diving stop by Karp to his feet to Pineda for out number 2. And let's ask tonight's AT&T trivia question. Which team in Major League history had 5 starters reach 10+ wins in the fewest number of games? The Rangers last night, with Matt Harrison picking up his 10th win, have all 5 starters in double digits. And it has only happened actually twice since 1954. C.J. Wilson at 10-5. Alexi Ogando came in tonight at 11-5. And his earned run average has jumped tonight from 288 to 322. He was 7th in the league in ERA. Little blooper by Quintanilla, and it is just foul. That kind of night so far. Omar had to sacrifice his first time up. A little too much slice on that one. Sacrifice got Moreland into scoring position, where Chavez drove him home. With Pineda trying for his second straight 1-2-3 inning. Quintanilla hanging in there. Pineda out of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic.
I noticed they've made a correction to the media guide that listed him at 6'5", 245. It's now 6'7", 260, which looks a lot more accurate, up to date. See that in the media guides all the time. Kids fill out the questionnaire when they're 21 or 22, and it never changes. They change, but the information in the media guide never changes.
Yeah, you got 220-pounders listed at 170, 180.
And they were at one time.
Well, no telling how much bigger Michael Pineda might get, because he's only 22. Signed him as a free agent in 2005, just before his 17th birthday. And that one rocketed foul into the seats.
It looks like the Yankees are having a good bottom of the 7th, Dave. I don't know what the details are, but looks pretty good on our scoreboard.
Well, Derek Jeter has just singled in Eduardo Nunez and Brett Gardner is what's happened. They've got a 3-run bottom of the 7th still batting, and they've tied it at 4-4. So Jeter getting that off of Fernando Rodney. And did Quintanilla go around? Paul Schreiber says no, it's 3-2.
I think he checked it. Good call by Paul Schreiber. That's just about as far as you can go and still get that kind of a call.
Pineda was ahead 0-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and he takes care of him. Second strikeout, second straight 1-2-3 inning, each ending with a strikeout, and we've played 4, 6-3 Mariners. Victories in the fewest number of games, the 98 Atlanta Braves. Took 113 games for Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Denny Nagel, and Kevin Millwood, each to reach at least 10 victories. The 54 Indians finished with 4 20-game winners. Bob Feller, early win, Mike Garcia, and Bob Lemon. And now you got your 2011 Texas Rangers. And we've got Mark McLemore in the booth for the 5th inning, as Adam Kennedy bats for the 3rd time. Singled in a run in the 1st inning and tripled in 2 and scored in the 3-run 3rd. Mac, you brought your offense last night. We need the same from you again tonight. Are you up for it?
I'm up for it, but I don't know if I can get it done. I'm up for it.
Michael Pineda might be up for it, though.
I think he's got something to say about it right now. He's starting to look pretty good now. He's getting his off-speed stuff working and getting it over the plate and getting the Rangers to swing at it, unfortunately.
Mac, did it feel like in the first couple of innings, and the Rangers did get 3 runs in the first 2, but did it have the feel of the type game where you probably better get even more than that, because he is likely to settle in, and Ogando was so rocky from the start?
Well, whenever you're facing a pitcher like that, you want to make sure you get as many as you can, as early as you can, and try and get that starter out of the game. Because usually when you've got a guy like Michael Pineda that's known for coming out and establishing his fastball and dominating, when you've got opportunities, you want to take advantage of them.
Nice backhand play and flipped by Kinsler, and Kennedy retired for the first time.
Mac, you've seen Ian play for a number of years. You have to be pretty impressed with the way he's playing second base this year, don't you?
He's growing up. I am very impressed with how he's playing second base. early in his career, a lot like what Elvis is going through right now, he would make those mental mistakes, those mental errors, and have those mental lapses, losing concentration, dropping easy pop fly balls, not fielding the routine ground ball. But now he is settled into one of the best defensive second basemen in the game. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah, those plays, you had to make those plays. Those plays going towards second base up the middle on the outfield grass, not that easy to throw it back like that, is it?
They're not that easy, and he's just making it look like he's taking candy from a baby right now. The toughest play really for me, or I think for any infielder, is when you have to go back on the grass and that ball goes from the dirt to the grass. You don't know what kind of hop you're going to get, that one or maybe even two hops on the grass. You don't know what it's going to be like, but Ian just eats it up every time and just makes it look so easy. It's truly a lot of fun watching him, knowing what he went through the first few years, just having those little mental lapses and knowing that he could be a better defender than what he was showing.
Miguel Olivo lifting that one to right field, and Cruz drifts back for the second out. Yeah, what we're seeing from Ian Kinsler back is 38 straight errorless games, one error in his last 60 games. And with his range and with as many balls as he gets to, that's even more impressive.
That is, because when you're getting to the kind of balls that Ian gets to, you're more than likely, the odds say you're going to make more errors than if you didn't have that kind of range. But Ian's not making them. He's just getting to everything that he possibly can get to and getting to them in good position. The other night he made a play going to his left. He dove for a ball and hopped right to his feet. That's a very difficult thing to do. Hop to your feet as you're going towards the right field stand. And when he jumped up, he was already in line to throw to first base. He didn't throw across his body, wasn't open. He was in perfect alignment with first base and made a perfect throw. And that's a lot tougher than people realize. And Kansas just makes it look so easy.
That's almost kind of a trademark play of his.
Yes, that's something he definitely works on. And I think all of them are his trademark, really, is what he's doing right now. I think another one is when he's turning a double play, he throws off of his back foot. But he's got such a strong arm, he can still get off an accurate, strong throw and complete that double play. There aren't many guys that can do that.
Why does he do that, Mac? To get rid of it quicker?
One, he gets rid of it quicker, and two, he avoids the runner without having to jump.
Oh, okay.
That runner gets closer to second base, and he's right on top of the base. So as opposed to coming across the bag, you just step across and you throw off that back foot, and you avoid the runner, but you also get you don't have any obstruction.
2-2 pitch here to Gutierrez. And there's a strikeout for a 1-2-3 inning. Rangers had not had one of those until the fifth. Still 6-3. Boys in the Hall and hear the personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Yogi Berra. Boys in the Hall Sundays, presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. And Ian Kinsler leading off the Ranger fifth with a foul pop just out of Ichiro's reach.
I had it. That's why you bring a glove, son. Unless you've got good hands, you need the glove.
Wow.
It hit him right in the hands. Now your friend saw it too.
People think that's an easy thing to do, to catch a foul ball with their bare hands. It's not.
It's not that easy.
There's a reason those guys out there on the field have a big leather mitt on.
Boy, and the thing is, too, it could look like a lazy pop, but as it gets to you, it seems like a missile coming your way.
It's moving, especially with that spin on it.
Well, 2-2 to Kinsler. Then Chavez and Hamilton here in the fifth as the Rangers try and chip away at a 6-3 deficit.
7 straight retired by Pineda.
Three balls and 2 strikes. The Angels-Yankees game now 4-4 into the 8th inning as the Yankees tied it and chased Dan Herron with their 3-run 7th inning. Angels a game and a half behind the Rangers, and a weak wave there by Kinsler. 3rd strikeout for Pineda.
Just wasn't looking for the pitch. It fooled him, and right at the last second, he just tries to get a little piece of it. Maybe foul it off to stay alive. Didn't work.
Tomorrow night, we'll wrap up this series and this homestand, and the Rangers take off on a 10-game road trip to Oakland, Anaheim, and Chicago. And here's Chavez, who has looked like he's enjoyed being elevated to Elvis Andrus' number 2 spot. Elvis getting the night off, and Chavez homered in the first, singled in a run in the second. Came in 2 for his last 22. Back, I'm interested in your handicapping of what is apparently going to remain just a 2-team race in the West the rest of the way. What is the biggest thing that you think will decide it between the Rangers and the Angels?
I really think Adrian Beltre is going to be the huge factor for us. I think he's got to get back. I know, he's trying to get back, and that's why I think one reason he re-aggravated that hamstring. He knows how important he is to this ball club, and getting back into the lineup is something he really wanted to do. And I think he just pushed it a little bit too much. But I think the longer he's out, the more it's going to show how much he's missed. I mean, it's very difficult to replace 72 RBIs in the middle of a lineup and his Gold Glove defense at third base. Michael Young is a good defensive third baseman, but he's not the caliber of Adrian Beltre. So the longer he's out, I think the more it's going to show up on both ends.
Well, Pineda tried that earlier. This time he grabs it cleanly with the bare hand and retires Hamilton. And he has set down 10 in a row. Thanks, as always, to Mark McLemore.
He shut me out, guys. Sorry about it.
It's always another game.
It's okay, Mac. We still love you.
Down 6-3 here, and it's my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the great John Peterson from LSU, the pride of Pascal High in Fort Worth. He won a national championship in golf. His girlfriend's going to sit in front of him, and she doesn't want to be too close to him during the game, but you threw out the first pitch. What was that experience like?
Oh, I was way more nervous throwing the first pitch out than anything I've ever done with golf in my whole life.
Looked like you hooked it a little bit.
Oh, I pulled it real bad. I do the same thing in golf. When I miss it, I pull it, and the same thing.
What is going on at LSU? You win the national championship individually, and then Austin Ernst wins it for the women. David Toms wins the Colonial. All this LSU flavor in the span of 2 weeks. Is it turning into a golf school?
God, it could be, couldn't it? I mean, it's the South. It's got the weather. I mean, everything's perfect for golf down there. Yeah, it's turning into a golf school for sure. I mean, we keep getting better recruits every year. This year they're going to be better than last year. I mean, I'm excited for them.
What's it like being a national champion?
God, I mean, stuff like this, stuff like you never could have done doing everything regular. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Now, what's really nice is we got his caddy, Philip, over here. And my man, Tom Grieve, he's an avid golfer. He's got some issues with his golf game. He pushes the ball a little bit, and he's really fast. Do you have any suggestions for Tom?
You can ask my caddy, Philip. He can probably tell you better than I can.
Philip, any ideas?
Tom, I would just take up tennis and just give it up. That's all I got for him.
There you have it. He takes credit like Stevie Williams did, you know, for that Adam Scott win. Back over to you, Tag.
Many times I've said I'm going to take one more shot and quit. I haven't quite done it yet, but I won't discount that advice, that's for sure. Tennis, that won't be what I take up.
Has he actually seen you swing, or?
No, I think he's going on my reputation.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that reputation came from Rick Renner. I'm not sure he gave him much accurate information.
Trayvon Robinson 2-2 as Mark Lowe's on, third Ranger pitcher. And he follows 2 1/3 by Yoshi Tateyama, who did his job. Shutout ball, 1 hit, struck out 2, walked 1. Robinson walked against Ogando and grounded out against Tateyama. Well, he definitely had you nailed in describing you as an avid golfer. If you had your choice, you're starting out today, and you could be a solid Major League player or a solid PGA Tour member, which would you choose?
There's absolutely no doubt that I would choose baseball. I love to play golf, but playing, the part that I love about baseball is you're on a team. And you have the camaraderie of 25 other guys all pulling together. And golf's an entirely different type of sport. It's an individual sport. It's a great sport. That's why I love to play it. But I can't imagine ever doing anything that I would ever enjoy more than playing baseball.
Good answer. That's what I thought you'd say.
I do wish, though, that I had taken up golf when I was young, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old, gotten some great lessons to have a swing that was solid right from the start instead of struggling with it every day. That would be one thing I would change. If I'd known how much I was going to love golf later on in life, I probably would have played it over.
Robinson tossing his bat on what he thought was ball 4. It was strike 3.
There's no doubt about that being a strike. When the pitch is that far in the strike zone and the hitter is convinced that it's a ball, he just didn't see that pitch very well.
Just about his minor league strikeout rate, Robinson, the first 2 games here. 1/3 of his plate appearances he has gone down on strikes. And here's Kyle Seager. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the second and grounded to first back in the 4th. Seager, like Dustin Ackley at North Carolina, first team All ACC, All America, and rapidly through the Seattle system just a couple of years. Last year at Class A, High Desert was the California League batting champion. Led all minor leaguers with 192 hits in 135 games. Most hits by a minor leaguer in 8 years. He also had a 32-game hitting streak from mid-June to late July last year. So caused a stir. This year began at Double-A Jackson, hit 312 there, up to Triple-A Tacoma, 387 there in 24 games. And began his second stint with the Mariners on August 1st. As Darren Oliver now loosening in the Ranger bullpen. Another night where the Rangers need a lot of arms out there after Ogando lasted only 2 2/3 innings. Gave up a career high equaling 6 runs on 8 hits.
Mark's already thrown 12 pitches, only gotten 1 hitter.
Robinson worked a full count. Seegers at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That low gets him as well. Hitting the road, take the Rangers with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today, and you can see every Rangers game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit TexasRangers.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Here is Ichiro. He is 0 for 3. And only Seager and Ichiro have failed to reach base in this game.
Yeah, Ichiro hasn't come close to hitting the ball hard yet. Got a couple little tappers to the left side of the infield and a soft fly ball to center field.
That's his trademark, though, the opposite field single.
Yeah, that's a well hit ball, line drive.
So now every Mariner has a hit except for Robinson and Seager. Ichiro, as he was last night, now 1 for 4. Here's Jack Wilson. And Wilson has yet to be retired. He walked and scored in the first, led off the third with a single and scored. And in the fourth came up with a 2-out double. These two last night combining for 11 runs and tonight for 9 runs. Very unusual in games involving the Mariners this year. The combined scoring in a Seattle game this year is the lowest in the American League in the entire DH era. 1973 on. Wilson loves Ranger pitching. Not so much the rest of the league. The average Seattle game has just over 7 total runs. And you're talking about this, the 39th year of DH play in the American League. So this is a real outburst by them. 6 runs on 10 hits, still in the 6th inning. And a chopper for Quintanilla. That'll do it for the Mariners. 6. Lowe gets a couple of strikeouts. The Ichiro base hit, but no damage. And to the bottom of the 6th, Rangers still down by 3. Is worth $400 and dinner for two at a Sonic Drive-In. Tonight the Rangers are hitting for Judy Prather from Arlington. If the Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Judy Prather from Arlington wins $25,000. You can register at a participating Sonic restaurant. And Michael Pineda in the sixth to face Young, Cruz, and Napoli. Michael doubled in a run in the first. And last time flight out to right field. Pineda has retired 10 straight. Streak that began with the line out to second by Hamilton in the second. And then straight through the lineup. Featuring a strikeout per inning.
We talked about it, the 2 outs that ended those first 2 innings, 2 line shots. They kind of had him on the ropes then. He was struggling with his command. He was making some pitches that the Rangers were jumping on. But those 2 outs were big outs for him. They allowed him to get back into the dugout. He came back out for the third, and Rangers haven't had another base runner.
Well, got that pitch working. Getting a lot of swings and misses on it. It's 2-2 to Michael. Yankees batting now bottom of the 8th, tied 4-4 with the Angels. Scott Downs out of the bullpen for LA as Ackley handles the ground ball. And 11 straight retired by Pineda. Got Nelson Cruz both times so far. Grounder to the mound and a pop up to third. And that's a pretty good accomplishment based on Cruz last night and for the last several weeks for that matter. Homer single double, 3 runs, 2 runs batted in last night. Fights that one off. Inside out swing for a base hit. And let's go down to Leslie McCaslin.
Well, like you said, the Angels and Rangers in a very tight race in the AL West. Of course, Mike Napoli knows that very well. He spent the first 5 years of his career with the Angels. He said earlier in the season it was a little strange to play for the division rival. Now he likes the situation.
It's kind of the way I want it to be. I like to, get out there and beat them for it. So, it's come down to a close race, and we're gonna have fun with it and do the best we can.
They play the Angels 10 more times. Of course, he's batting .375 in August. The way he's playing D, I think the Rangers are glad to have him on their side.
Oh, there's no doubt, as Nolan Ryan was saying a couple of innings ago. He has brought more to the table than they could even have expected. Tonight he has walked and struck out. Homestand wraps up tomorrow night. Derek Holland against Jason Vargas. 7 shutouts between the two. And then Thursday flight to Oakland. Play the A's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then 4 with the Angels next Monday through Thursday at Angel Stadium. And the trip winds up with 3 at Chicago. Oakland won at Toronto 4-1 today behind Rich Harden, who is now 3-2, and Brett Cecil, the loser, 4-5. Oakland 4 runs on 6 hits. Homers by Willingham and Suzuki, a save for Andrew Bailey. Sky high.
Got a pitch to hit and just got underneath it. Unfortunately, just missed it.
Jack Wilson going well out to left field. And Napoli out number 2.
He got the hanging slider right there, and he knew it. That's a ball over the last couple of weeks. He's launched about 5 times. And Pineda knows he got away with one right there. Tell by the look on his face, too.
So 2 outs for Yorvi Torrealba, DHing tonight. He's lined to right and grounded to short. And that liner to right ended the first inning with runners on the first and third. 2 runs already in. One of the key outs that the Mariners have recorded in this game. White Sox won at Baltimore today 4-3. Gavin Floyd now 10-10. JoJo Reyes falls to 5-9. Sergio Santos with his 24th save. Bottom of the 6th at Target Field. Red Sox lead the Twins 3-2. And the bottom of the 4th at Cleveland. Tigers 2, Indians 2 as the American League Central's top 2 teams go head to head. Cleveland trying to cut into a 4-game deficit. That is Josh Lukey, right-hander, warming now in Seattle's bullpen.
And one of the players that the Rangers traded to Seattle when they got Cliff Lee.
At first base, Joe West says Torrealba went around. So Pineda gets his 4th strikeout.
That's about the exact same check swing that Jack Wilson had earlier in the ball game. But they're so close, one's a strike, one's not a strike, I guess.
So no runs on a hit, 1 man left in the Rangers' 6th inning, and through 6-3. To you by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. Darren Oliver, the 4th Ranger pitcher, on to work the 7th inning. Following Mark Lowe in the 6th. No runs, couple of strikeouts, and a base hit. And it's Oliver against Dustin Ackley.
Another solid season for Derek. I say that for Darren every time he comes in his 40s now, but still getting the job done.
Ackley tonight, single and a run in the 1st. Since then, a fly to center and a walk. And that is in there. Ackley strikes out. Let's go back to our Fox Sports Southwest studio. Neil Beasley has the McDonald's Dollar Drink Game Break. All right, Neil, and strike one to Mike Karp. 1 for 3. Scored a run, driven in a run, and struck out. Although in these circumstances, you can't really call the Yankees the evil empire. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And so the Rangers need some help from the Yankees. Game now in the 9th inning with the Angels tied at 4. Mariano Rivera is on. The Yankees tied it with 3 in the 7th.
He could come in and throw a left-handed curveball to a left-hand hitter with the best of the left-handed relievers. That's made Darren a lot of money. Got him a lot of years in the big leagues being able to do that. And as a hitter, he's been in the league so long, you know what he's going to throw. But he executes it so well. Very difficult for the hitters to do anything.
Little tapper here. Moreland feeding Oliver, and just in time to beat Park to the bag. Southern Comfort presents Getting After It, and Mark Lowe came into the 6th inning and got after it against Robinson and Seager. Robinson thought low ball 4, called strike 3. Seager a swinging strike 3.
Darren's going to need a little breather after going over there to cover first base. Mike Napoli's going to go out and pretend like they're talking about something serious. I'd say right at this stage of Darren's career, it's a lot easier to throw the curveball to the left-hand hitters than it is to cover first base, but he got the job done. You know, a veteran guy like Darren, I remember Charlie Huff the same way. Even though they're not quite as quick as they were when they're younger, they still know how to get the job done. And somehow they beat the runner, even a fast runner, to first base. That's just experience.
Darren coming in firing strikes here. 8 of his first 10 pitches. Making it look very easy. So facing 3 left-hand hitters here in the 7th. He's got the first 2. Chavez handles out number 3. And we reach stretch time here at the ballpark. Moreland, Quintanilla, and Kinsler due up, trailing 6-3. Leagues in your community. If you'd like to learn more about Chevy Youth Baseball programs, go to youthsportswired.com. Well, Michael Pineda gone after a quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits, only 1 after the second. He struck out 4 and walked 2. And he gives way to the 26-year-old former Ranger farmhand, Josh Lukey.
Yeah, and you have to be impressed with Pineda tonight. He really didn't have it going on in the first 2 innings. The Rangers had a lot of base runners. They scored 3 runs. But after that, 1 base runner. A single by Nelly Cruz. Little blooper into right field. Oh, he gathered himself, and he came back strong. Gave 6 solid innings.
So Lukey to face Mitch Moreland, who scored the 3rd Ranger run after a leadoff walk in the 2nd. And since then, 2 base runners, 1 Chavez, an RBI single to score Moreland, and then the Cruz single in the 6th. Lukey out of Covington, Kentucky. Through the Ranger system until being included in the Cliff Lee trade last year. And he ended up making 4 stops in the 2 systems combined last year and went 5-2 with 17 saves and a 186 earned run average.
And he struggled a little bit. He's given up 17 hits in 12 innings and 7 walks. The Rangers, by the looks of those numbers, need to be patient, get a good pitch to hit.
Moreland has his 2nd 4-pitch walk of the night.
The Rangers over the last week have been pretty good about this time of the game, coming back from deficits.
Well, the 8th inning couple nights ago, trailing Josh Tomlin and the Indians 3-0, came up with 4. Right before that, 4-run 7th. Quintanilla, a sacrifice and a strikeout. And some bad news from Yankee Stadium, as Bobby Abreu has hit a 2-run home run off of Mariano Rivera in the top of the 9th inning. The Angels now lead the Yankees 6-4.
Well, there's something that doesn't happen very often.
Quintanilla thought that was off the plate, maybe even low, but it's 0-2. Jeff Gray latest up in the Seattle bullpen. Omar had a point there, it looked like. Josh Lukey was a 16th round draft pick by the Rangers, the 2007 draft, out of Northern Kentucky.
Anytime you get a big league player out of a 16th round draft choice, you're pretty happy.
Justin Smoke is with Seattle. We haven't seen him yet, as Mike Adams and Darren O'Day are up. Justin nursing a sore left thumb and available to pinch hit just as a left-hand hitter. Can't switch hit at this point until the thumb completely heals. And it is 2-2. That trade sending Smoke. Blake Bevan has been very impressive moving into their rotation, and Matt Lawson for Cliff Lee, Mark Lowe, and Josh Lukey, of course, also moving from Texas to Seattle. His 2-2 pitch strikes him out. 5th strikeout by Pineda and Lukey combined. 2nd time for Quintanilla. Kinsler 0 for 3, has twice grounded to short. Last time up he struck out. Rangers just starved for base runners since the first couple of innings. And Ian gets on here. Things can get interesting. Josh Lukey's head had to be spinning last year, Tom. He started the year Class A, finished it at AAA. In a completely different organization.
Yeah, I think that's the spinning right there. When you go from one organization to another as a young player, you don't expect to be traded. You've gotten to know your teammates. You're all talking about getting to the big leagues with a big league team, and bang, all of a sudden you have to say your goodbyes and join another organization. But it's a good opportunity for him. It's a building team. They know they're not going to win right now. They're building for the future. They like his arm. Think he can be a late inning bullpen guy for him. So it was a good situation for him.
Well hit to left field. Way back and gone. A 2-run blast by Ian Kinsler, and it's a 1-run game.
Rangers have been making some great comebacks, and maybe this is the start of another one. Ian worked the count to 2-0, got a fastball right down the middle of the plate, put a good swing on it. Now it's a 1-run game. That looks like center square, and it was.
th of the year for Kinsler. Absolute no doubter, and that will be it for Lukey. He faces 3 batters, walks Moreland, strikes out Quintanilla, and then serves up the Kinsler 2-run home run. And so Jeff Gray coming on in what is a 6-5 game now. At 7 p.m. with Friday Football Live, and it finishes with High School Scoreboard Live at midnight. That is 6 straight hours of coverage every Friday night, only here on Fox Sports Southwest. Ian Kinsler has made things very interesting. A 401-foot 2-run homer to left, chasing Josh Lukey and bringing on Jeff Gray.
Well, Gray's got a good arm. He's been on several different teams, has had a hard time sticking in the big leagues, but he's got a good arm and he can pitch.
Andy Chavez has had an excellent night, a homer in the first, an RBI single in the second, retired only on a bouncer to the mound in the 5th. 2 for his last 22 coming in. waiver claim from the White Sox May 13th. Pitched in only 6 games with Chicago at a .270 earned run average. But they still cut him loose, and he made his way west. Gray out of what was then Southwest Missouri State and Lafayette High School in Missouri, but a native Texan born in Texas City, and originally a 32nd round pick by the A's in 2004. 2-2 here to Chavez with Hamilton next, then Young. And Gray gets Chavez swinging. Second out here in the 7th, both strikeouts.
Good off-speed pitch. Really dropped right at the end.
Hamilton reached on an infield hit and scored in the first. Hit a scorching liner grab by Ackley at second to end the second. And last time up, he bounced it to Pineda, who made a bare hand stop, threw him out at first. Yankees batting now bottom of the 9th, trailing 6-4. Jordan Walden trying to get the save for the Angels. Tampa Bay has shut out Kansas City 4-0. James Shields improves to 11-9. And another hopper back to the mound, and a nice play turned in there by Gray. But Ian Kinsler, with his 17th home run of the year, has made this a 1-run game as we head to the 8th.
Of the game. How about it? This is a whole group that came up from Waco on the Fan Express, brought to you by the Texas Rangers and Fox Sports Southwest. Big brothers, big sisters. Here's Lucy. What was the day like for you guys?
We had a great time on the bus. We got to watch some Rangers film and get all pumped up for the game.
You know, I'm a former little brother, so I know about this big brothers, big sisters. I learned how to, wash my big brother's car and mow his lawn and come to baseball games. Special thing. You can really do big things for kids like this, huh?
Absolutely, and it really doesn't take a lot of time either. Just a day, a week, that's really it. And just go out and do things that you normally have fun doing and get them involved.
How do you find out about this?
Go to our website, bbbstx.org.
All right, great stuff, guys. And, these guys had a lot of fun on the bus. I must tell you guys, they were singing the whole way, and they were dancing. Casey, give me a little beatbox. The fans of the game.
All right.
Okay,
Very
well
nice.
selected. Very deserving group. Rick getting into it a little bit there.
Yeah.
Well, Olivo singles on the first pitch from Mike Adams here in the 8th inning. And now Franklin Gutierrez. 2 for 3, an infield hit in the second, a double in the third, and a strikeout in the 5th. Mike Adams, 5th Ranger pitcher of the night, follows a perfect 7th turned in by Darren Oliver. A 1-hit, 2-strikeout 6th from Mark Lowe. And with a runner going, here's the throw down to second base. And not in time. And Kinsella able to hang on to the throw. And it's a stolen base for the catcher, Miguel Olivo.
Yeah, it's one of the better games I've seen Olivo have. He swung the bat really well tonight. He's a guy that's struck out over 100 times. Only walked 17 times. But he's had some good at-bats tonight. And shows that if no one's paying any attention to you, you can sneak into second base. He's had 4 stolen bases this year. That's number 5. He's been thrown out 4 times, so they're not afraid to let him run.
Adams last worked Sunday and got his first save in Ranger uniform, throwing 7 pitches, all for strikes. One and 2 to Gutierrez. This for Mike, his 5th game with the Rangers. 4 innings. 1 run on 5 hits. The run was a home run by Bosch in Detroit last Tuesday in his Ranger debut. But 2 nights ago, with Neftali Feliz unavailable after working the previous 3 games, he got the save to get Darren Oliver a relief win, and 5-3 come from behind thriller over the Indians. And as Olivo dances off of second, it's 2 and 2 to Gutierrez. Trayvon Robinson will be next. Yankees now down to their final out in the bottom of the 9th. And the 2-2 pitch takes care of Gutierrez. 1 out in the 8th. It's the 6th strikeout by Ranger pitching tonight. None by Alexio Gondo, his first strikeout-free performance of the year, after lasting just 2 2/3 and giving up all 6 Seattle runs and 8 of their 11 hits. Robinson has walked, grounded out, and struck out. Outfield shallow, swung way around to the opposite field. Robinson, as we said earlier, had tremendous home run year at Albuquerque before coming over in the deadline deal to the Mariners. Can't hold up on that one. The power kind of appeared out of nowhere for him this year. As he left Albuquerque with 26 homers. His first 6 minor league seasons, he totaled 38. So figured out some stuff before moving on.
I think power for most scouts is the toughest thing to predict. You just really don't know. You can say, well, he's going to put on a little bit of weight. He's going to learn how to pull the ball. All these things that can help make you a power hitter, but you don't know for sure.
I think of a perfect example of that is Rafael Palmeiro. Because the thought was when the Cubs traded him here was that he wouldn't hit enough home runs.
Yeah, and the funny thing is he hit 14 for them in half a season. So they'd already seen him do it. But I don't think anyone had any idea he was going to hit as many as he did. I think when the Rangers made that trade for Rafael, they made the trade because he was going to be a 300 hitter and used the whole field and could hit good pitching. One more really good hitter in the lineup. But I think everybody thought with his swing and with maturity that he could be a 20 to 26 home run kind of guy, but not 38 to 45. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Adams strikes out Robinson.
And showing how tough that cutter can be, especially for a young hitter who hasn't seen it before. It's a definite strikeout pitch.
Second straight strikeout for Trayvon. And here's Seager 0 for 3. With Olivo still at second base. Meanwhile, Yankees have brought the winning run to the plate in the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Mark Teixeira up against Jordan Walden. Yankees down 6-4. And Curtis Granderson has just ended the game being caught stealing. Mercy.
2 men on?
Yes. He was
trying to steal third with 2 outs.
First and third. First and third with 2 outs. Teixeira up, and he's caught stealing to end the game.
Well, that's different. Trying to get into scoring position is the tying run, and you're a good runner and a good base stealer. That's a little different than first and second trying to steal third. But nevertheless, you've got one of the best power hitters in the league up there. You hate to see him not get a chance to swing the bat.
So the Angels win at 6-4. Downs the winner in relief, 6-2. Rivera the loss at the 2-run homer the ninth by Abreu. Walden his 26th save. And the Rangers will need to get another comeback win to stay a game and a half up on LA. Otherwise, the margin goes to a thin half game. Seager has needed some lengthy breaks in this game. Broke a bat earlier and walking off this foul off of his leg.
That's cutter, slider, down and in will do that to you. You get on top of it, you beat it right down into the ground.
Adams supported by some noise from 25,214 tonight at the ballpark. 1-2 to Seager. And he strikes out the side.
Well, instead of the cutter in, he threw him a fastball away.
A leadoff single by Olivo, a stolen base, and then strikeouts of Gutierrez, Robinson, and Seager. The 8th, where the Rangers host the Angels at 7:05. And we hope you can join us to support the boys from Texas in an AL West showdown. First 10,000 kids 13 and under will receive a Texas Rangers football. Tickets are available now at TexasRangers.com. Young, Cruz, and Napoli in the 8th inning for the Rangers against Jeff Gray. And got some further detail on how that Angel-Yankee game ended. It turned out that Curtis Granderson was actually picked off and thrown out in a rundown.
He evidently was breaking towards second. The pitcher didn't throw the ball to first. He stepped off and threw to second. So Granderson, if that's the way it happened, just left too soon. Yeah, that's not a real good way to end a game with Mark Teixeira at the plate.
Yeah, you got the tying runs at the corners, and Teixeira represented the winning run. That's how Jordan Walden ended it. Angels end it with a 6-4 victory. And Gray ahead of Young now 0-2. Michael, an RBI double in the first. Since then, he's flied out and grounded out. But it's the 8th inning, and we've already seen some 8th inning Ranger magic on this homestand. 14 runs in the last 3 innings in the first 4 games of this homestand. And a little blooper is tracked down by Ackley. Jeff Gray has come in and retired all 3 batters after the 2-run Kinsler homer made it 6-5. Nelly Cruz has grounded to the mound, popped to third, and singled. That single in the 6th inning. The first base runner Pineda had allowed since the 2nd. As Pineda struggled in the first couple of innings, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits, and then really got it locked in. And finished the 6th inning outing, 3 runs on 5 hits. Strikeout 4, walk 2. 2-0 to Cruz. The Lees readying for the ninth. The Rangers can get at least a run here. And it's 3-0 to Cruz. Mike Napoli on deck. A 4-pitch walk, and the tying run is aboard with 1 out here in the 8th. And now, as tough an out as there has been in baseball the second half of the season, Napoli tonight has walked, struck out, and popped up. Since the break, the Major League's hottest hitter at .455 coming into tonight. Yeah, right after the first pitch at 95 miles an hour. Outfielders very deep straight away. Looking to cut off any doubles. Seager a step off the line at third. Lifted high.
Boy, he just missed. That's 2 in this game. That ball would have gone to the top of the hill. Second time in a row. Last time up, he missed a hanging slider. Popped it up to left field. That pitch is right where he wanted it, and he just got underneath it. And second straight time, you could tell by his reaction that he knew it. Almost. And just like Pineda in the 6th, I'm sure Gray's thinking to himself, got away with one right there.
So now Yorvi Torrealba tries to keep it going on a night where he is 0 for 3, yet to extend his 7-game hitting streak. Well, he had a hard hit out in the first, lined out to Ichiro with runners at first and third, and 2 runs already in. Since then, he's grounded to short and struck out. In the Mariner ninth, they will have the top of their order. Ichiro, Wilson, and Ackley. Pop up. Olivo and Harp there for a reach, and it lands 1 row behind Nolan Ryan and company. A little too close there.
Watch, the security guard's going to take one for the team right here. Going to at least block it. He's not going to catch it, but he blocked it. And they got Nolan, but on the rebound.
And they've got Cruz picked off into second base, though, and he's safe as Wilson drops the throw from Park.
Nelly got a great jump, and you've got a right-handed throwing first baseman who has Nelly right in his line of fire when he goes to throw this ball. And Nelly just broke too soon, really, but he's got such a good jump that when Carp gets the ball, he doesn't have an angle to throw it. He has to throw it to the left. And even if the throw is caught, Nelly's going to be safe anyway. He couldn't throw it right on the bag because he would have hit Nelly in the back with it.
So there's your tying run, now in scoring position. And 2-1 to Torrealba. No heat of late. They're very dangerous with runners in scoring position after a slow start. 12 for his last 34. Right field, Ichiro going back, and he can't get it off the wall. Here comes Cruz, and Yorvit Torrealba with yet another double has tied it at 6.
And one more time for a Ranger comeback. Down by 3 late in this game. Big 2-out hit by Torrealba over Ichiro's head. Ichiro's playing fairly shallow in right field. Ball shoots out pretty well, and he couldn't get to it. Yorvit, which he's done in this hot streak consistently, is driving that outside pitch to right field. He does it again. Nelly Cruz works a walk, steals second base. David Murphy's going to pinch run at second base. And let's see, looks like they're going to walk Mitch Moreland right here.
There is ball 1. This will be the 3rd walk of the night for Moreland, as they will pitch here to Quintanilla. Only 2 bats on the bench now for Ron Washington, those of Elvis Andrus and Taylor Tigron. And it'll be Elvis now coming out to hit for Quintanilla. It's ball 4 to Moreland. So go ahead run. Murphy at second. Moreland now at first with 2 outs, and here comes Elvis. Out in the discussion here as Ron Washington goes with Elvis, who has a 12-game hitting streak, longest of his season, and the 2nd longest active streak going in the American League. Elvis on the homestand is 5 for 18. That's 278. He's driven in 4 runs. Biggest at bat of the game coming up as soon as Gray is set to deal. Cruz got it started after Young popped out to begin the inning. Worked a 4-pitch walk, survived a rundown to steal second. The 2-out double by Torrealba scored him, and now Gray and Andrus are ready. Good first pitch fastball at the knees.
Elvis has pitch hit 4 times this year and has 2 hits and has driven in a couple of runs as a pinch hitter.
That one just missed. 1-1.
13 strikes, 15 balls for Jeff Gray.
Two balls and a strike. This game was just kind of lazily arriving in the late innings until the 2-run Kinsler homer in the 7th made it 6-5, and now the tying run at least here the Ranger 8th. Right field, Ichiro is there. But the Rangers are able to tie it up. A run on a hit, 2 walks, 2 men left, and Yorvi Torrealba with his 27th run batted in of the year. Neftali Feliz is on to work to the top of the order. Ichiro, Wilson, and Ackley. That kind of night. Still 96 degrees. Got to keep hydrated.
The Rangers have had 5 walks in the game, and 3 of them have scored. Leadoff walk to Moreland, scored in front of Kinsler's home run. Cruz's walk with 1 out led to the run in the 8th.
And now we see how Neftali Feliz does after getting a little rest. First pitch pop up to Ichiro out into shallow left field, and backing out, Andrus gives way to Hamilton. Let's check in with John Radigan.
Yeah, Dave, sitting down here on the set of Rangers Live, getting ready for the program. Of course, this is the 5th game of the homestand, and 3 of the first 4 went down to the last at bat from the Rangers. This one will too, and you know what that means. That means excitement on Rangers Live. We'll have lots of excited fans, lots of excited post-game, we hope, and plenty of analysis from you guys, as well as Mark McLemore, who will join me here. Rangers Live coming your way immediately after this one, guys.
All right, John, here is Wilson. He goes after the first pitch. This for Feliz, of course, is first outing since his 6th blown save of the year Saturday against the Indians. They got him for 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Another outing in which he struggled to locate his fastball. Got hit on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and a breaking ball there. 1-1. A good series for Wilson last night. 2 for 4, a couple of doubles, and another double tonight.
Your elbow comes down low, that breaking ball flattens out a little bit, keeps it from coming down into the strike zone.
Now behind him, 3-1.
They walked Wilson to start a 2-run rally in the first. Don't want to walk him here in the 9th.
Sharp ground ball right to Michael Young. 2 gone to the 9th.
Yep, going back with a quality pitch. Jammed him a little bit, got the ground ball. Michael's guarding the line. He's right there to catch it. Thrown 6 pitches, got 2 outs. Good job so far by Neffy.
So here's Ackley. 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the first. Is flat out, walked, and struck out. Ackley batted once in Seattle against Naftali, and he struck him out. There is a pitch that has been hit or miss all year for Feliz. One of his best right there for strike 1.
Well, at least he's coming in throwing it anyway. Dropped that curveball in for a strike. Knows he's going to have to develop that pitch. And he's thrown a couple of them and just missed with that one. But that's better. He's working on it. And it's not an easy spot to work on it either. Tie game, 9th inning.
Fastball fading outside, and it's 2-1. Looking ahead to the Ranger 9th, it'll be the top of the order. Kinsler, Chavez, Hamilton. 2-2, climbing the ladder at 96.
A better chance of getting a swing and miss of the fastball if you've thrown a couple of breaking balls ahead of time.
Going back to the breaking ball to run the count full now. $25,000 plus behind Feliz here with the 3-2 pitch.
Just got a piece of it. Fouled it off Mike's glove. Good fastball, 97 miles an hour. Good location with it. When Neffy got hurt in his last game, it was because his fastball was finding the center of the plate. That one was located very well right on the inside corner. Ackley just able to get a piece of it.
Ball 4. Go ahead run aboard with 2 outs from Mike Carp. Carp has only faced Feliz once, and he issued him a walk. Tonight, Carp is 1 for 4 with a run batted in. That was on a grounder in the first. His last 2 times up, struck out and grounded out. Ackley with some speed over there at first base. Feliz, the 5th Ranger out of the bullpen in this game after Ogando lasted just 2 2/3.
Well, that's the reason why we're in a tie game right now. The bullpen's come in and done a great job.
And really featuring the breaking ball. Huge departure from last time out.
That's a good one. Got kind of on top of that. The ball went right to left and went down a little bit. Caught the inside corner.
Bullpen to this point has provided 6 innings of 3-hit shutout ball. 8 strikeouts.
1 walk, 8 strikeouts.
Yeah. From Tatiana, Lowe, Oliver Adams, and now Feliz. And it's 0-2.
There's 2 walks after the one this inning.
Eric Wedge has his left-hander, Aaron Laffey, in the bullpen, as well as his closer, Brandon Lee. If they can get Ackley around to score.
Not one of the biggest crowds of the year, but per fan, one of the noisiest. Got a good game to cheer in, too.
Carp goes down swinging. And Feliz in top form after the blown save a couple of nights ago. Bottom of the ninth, Kinsler, Chavez, and Hamilton at a 6-6 tie. Fought from 6-3 down in this game. Jeff Gray remains on, at least to work to the right-handed hitting Kinsler. Ian, last time up, ignited this comeback with a 2-run home run off of Josh Lukey. Gray came on at that point. He allowed the tying run in the 8th. 2 walks, an RBI double by Torrealba. And here is Kinsler. Here's how Ian hit the 2-run blast in the 7th. Perfectly centered, 401 feet. 2 balls and no strikes. His homer came on a 2-0 pitch. This one, however, runs it to 3-0.
He wasn't going to throw him a fastball 2-0. I think Olivo behind the plate knew that the last time Kinsler saw a 2-0 fastball, he had a 2-run homer, so he threw him a 2-0 slider, and now he runs the count to 3-0.
Is he swinging away? No chance. A leadoff walk from Gray, who will now vacate the premises as the Rangers have the winning run on.
We have a couple left-hand hitters coming up, so he's going to go to the left-hand pitcher. He's hoping that Gray would get the first hitter out, right-hand hitting Kinsler, but that didn't happen.
So the lone lefty out of the Seattle bullpen, Aaron Laffey, comes on with Chavez. just up from AAA Tacoma on August 1st. And he will face, for the first time ever, Andy Chavez.
Laffey has been really tough on left-hand hitters. They hit 224 against him. Right-hand hitters hit 330. And he's in here to face two lefties, Chavez and Hamilton. I think the Mariners will anticipate that Chavez will bunt right here. Third baseman Seager is already way in at third base.
Andy's night began with a homer in the first, an RBI single in the second. He has since grounded out, and Gray struck him out. Jeff Gray goes an inning and 2/3. Allows a run on a hit, struck out 2, walked 3, 1 intentionally. Kinsler leading off at first as Chavez gets the bunt down, stays fair, no play for Olivo. 2 on with nobody out.
Oh, you talk about a perfect bunt. And the other thing that I'm sure the Mariners know is the foul lines slope in toward the field, so that if it's rolling right down the chalk line, it's not going to go foul. Bunting for a sacrifice, ends up bunting for a base hit.
Dicey, even if Olivo picks that one cleanly. A 3-hit night for Chavez. Winning run in scoring position. Nobody out. And Josh Hamilton against Aaron Laffey is 5 for 10 with a home run. He's also struck out twice. 1 for 4 tonight. Infield hit way back in the first. Josh has 3 walk-off hits.
Right now, there's nobody throwing in the pen. And after Hamilton comes Young, Cruz, and Napoli, all right-hand hitters.
That is going to fall in left field. Here comes Kinsler. The throw by Robinson. And the Rangers win another one in walk-off fashion. Fourth career walk-off. The third this year. All 3 of those since the first week of July. He's making it a habit.
Yeah, what makes Josh so tough in that situation, he's not trying to hit a home run. He's trying to go back through the middle and just line the ball into the outfield exactly like he did it. Just make some solid contact. He's ahead in the count, gets a pitch, and just goes the other way with it.
After Kinsler saw that it was not going to be caught, he then looked up and saw Dave Anderson waving him around, and the leadoff walk to Kinsler by Jeff Gray ends up producing the game-winning run for the Rangers. And Rick Renner is with Josh Hamilton.
All right, Josh, a couple hits. That last one, what is it about you guys? You just love the dramatics, don't you?
Yeah, the dramatics are fun. We need to start jumping on people from the very beginning and staying on the whole game. But, you know, we can win the ball game any way, shape, or form. I mean, we never say die, so it's pretty exciting.
Take us through that at bat. What was your thought process going into that thing?
That he was going to try to throw something soft away and try to either get me to roll over in a double play or try to get me to chase. So I finally stayed square and just trusted my hands and got inside the ball and got a hit.
You went a different way there.
What, the opposite way?
Yeah.
It's about time. I've been missing that.
We enjoyed that, but, you cut another couple hits for you guys. And how important are these games when you look at Seattle? Because this is a team you need to beat with all these division games.
Yeah, you can't take anybody for granted. I mean, guys in the big leagues, because they can play the game. And they had a great, starting pitcher tonight. They did a great job. And our guys just, got hits in key situations. And it's just fun playing with this group of guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
4th career walk-off. Back up to you guys.
All right, Rick. This is a very enjoyable habit the Rangers have slipped into here. Another walk-off victory, 7-6. After trailing 6-3 into the bottom of the 3rd. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. New Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, and no blackout dates. And by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. Rangers stay a game and a half up on the Angels, and Rangers Live is coming up next.